I'd like to call the meeting to order, please. Johanna, will you read the statement of compliance?
The notice requirements of the Open Public Meeting Act for this meeting have been satisfied. A copy of the annual meeting notice was sent to the press of the Atlantic City Press, Star Ledger, posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building, the municipal website, and filed in the office of the municipal clerk. Please turn off all electronic devices.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
and the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Johanna, please take the roll.
Mayor Collins?
Here.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Here.
Commissioner Horn?
Here.
Is there a motion for the approval of the March 21st, 2024 regular and workshop capital meeting minutes?
Motion.
Second?
Mayor Collins?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
Commissioner Horn?
Yes.
All right, we will now open it up to public comment. If anyone has any comment, please step forward to the microphone, state your name and address.
Hi, everyone. My name is Patrick Geddes. I live at 9706 Ventnor Avenue. I'm here mainly probably about the zoning situation that's going on the 9700 block. As you know, there's a large apartment complex that was recently built there. A lot of people have moved in. I went to all the zoning board meetings, which I drove up from Marlton. It'd be great if these were live streamed, and actually even tonight, if I could have done this from Zoom, it would have been nice. But anyway, that unit is definitely got some code violations with the number of units. If you stand in the parking lot of that complex, you can see instead of 6, there are 12 units. It was supposed to be 201, 202, 203. You can look at the doors, you'll see 201A, you'll see 201B, 202A, 202B, 203A, 203C on both floors. So my question is, what can be done about this? I mean, I would think someone should be able to go there and just look from the parking lot and see that there's 12 renters, not 6. And I have all the paperwork. It was approved for 6. Each renter is entitled to 2 parking spaces. If you have 12 renters, you know, there's not enough. There's a total of 15 parking places. 3 are for the business, the liquor store downstairs. To go along with that, I know you mentioned the parking. I think probably the zoning violation for the number of units is probably the bigger problem there, but parking is also going to be a problem. I see people leaving their apartment building and going into their cars on Ventnor Avenue, and I happen to run into someone, and they inform me that in their lease, they're not allowed to park in that parking lot between the hours of 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. Why do we have that in the ordinances that you have to have 2 parking spaces? So the only other thing that I wanted to mention at 9700 is the tequila bar. You know, it was very interesting that every single wall ended up coming down in that building. I realize that sometimes there's structural problems and things need to change, but should that be reevaluated before construction continues again? Should they get in front of the zoning board and go over everything? I mean, I'm in the building next door. I feel sorry for the people in the front of that building. You know, you could throw a hot dog to the people that are going to be up there. Luckily, I'm in the back. I'm hoping that it won't be too loud, but that's really all I wanted to say. Main thing is zoning and Zoom meetings, if they could be, you know, broadcast, especially for the zoning meetings where you could publicly comment also. Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick. Yeah, as our solicitor mentioned regarding the 9700 block, you know, we are looking into all of those details you mentioned. And as far as Sunrise Tequila Bar, Scott or Jimmy, I don't know if you want to comment on that, but they are coming back to zoning. They are required to come back because those walls came down.
You want me to comment? Yes, we have met on this We've instructed them, they have reapplied, they're coming back to the planning board for further approval. What happened was that during course of construction, when they had their crew there and they're working, the engineers inspected it and said, look, these walls really are not adequate. And they felt that they should be replaced. And when that occurred, now it becomes public safety, okay, so now the city said, then you need to replace them, but you also need to come back to the planning board. So we're on top of that one. We're on top of the other one too. Something will happen there.
Scott, if I may, were they required to re-notify?
They will be when they're scheduled for the planning board.
So the neighbors will have an opportunity to come out?
The city did not stop their job. They were midstream with it, but the city did review, and Jimmy can chime in if he wants, the structural, I believe there's a structural engineer report. We came up with the determination to say, no, if you stop them, it will sit there as a half unfinished structure for many months, you know, because once you stop momentum in your construction, they're not gonna just stand around, they'll go do another job. Now you have to look at that eyesore for the whole summer. So a decision had to be made. The decision was, we'll let them go at their own risk, but they must return to the planning board. And there are some issues that they're gonna have to address at the planning board. We thought it was the most reasonable solution to a difficult problem.
Thank you.
Thanks, Scott.
Right.
All right, do we have any other public comment?
Oh, I'm sorry. Kathy Heitzman, 22 South Adams Avenue. I wondered if you could give us an update on Lamberti's and Memories in terms of what's going on, whether they will open this summer or not.
I can. if you want to.
I know Memories was supposed to go to closing the end of March.
Well, let's do memories. From what I
Okay.
understand, they're coming back. And unless Jerry Blavitt has been reincarnated, he's still on every Sunday morning because I always listen to Frank Sinatra with my grandson. But they're supposedly going to be another Memories for at least this summer. And that's what I keep hearing. I hear they're going to open up again for Memorial Day weekend. As far as Lamberti's, they've made a lot of progress. Finally, after all this time and all the problems he's had, they're coming along. They still have some work to do with their ramps. There's an issue with the lights. We're aware of that they have to adjust that. That can't be. They're saying they're going to be open for this summer season. Of course, they said that last year too. But we're optimistic that they will actually open. And, you know, everybody says to me, oh, it's so much bigger. Yeah, it is higher because of the flood elevation, but it is the footprint, basically the footprint that was always there. But we're optimistic it's going to be open this summer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Steve Chizaki, 112 North Lancaster Avenue, Margate. You listen with Frank Sinatra with your grandson?
Absolutely. Well, he's Italian. He's the greatest singer in the world, Frank Sinatra. Right?
Good.
Is there an argument there? No.
Took me a while to like Frank Sinatra. As the chair of the Green Team, I just want to give you some Green Team news, Sustainable Margate news. As you know, we, as a volunteer group, are very concerned with what's going on with the environment and stuff like that. So we always are educating ourselves and trying to educate the public about this. Our next meeting coming up is we have these hub meetings, and they go around the two counties, Atlantic County and Cape May County. It's called the Atlantic County Cape May Hub. The last one was we brought Doug Tallamy in from the native plants. Well, this next one's going to be on natural resource actions. Coming up on that, we're going to be talking about protecting natural resources. ANJEC people are going to be there. It's for environmental commissions, natural resource inventories. And I thought it would be interesting for the fact that we're coming up with redoing our master plan. And I think our master plan is going to have some of these elements in there. And hopefully it will be helpful. Community forest, we have Brian McDonald from the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection, or the Forestry Service. He's going to be coming down. And one of the things we'd like to talk about is tree hazard inventories, which I would like to see Margate do, because we did a tree inventory once before, but I think a tree hazard inventory will actually benefit the city so we know what we have. Speaking of trees, now the time is right to see all the Bradford pears that are blooming all over the place. If you go on the causeways, they're going. And it was the default tree at one time, and thankfully we're eliminating that. We took that off our preferred tree list, but all the cities did it. Shopping malls did it. Everywhere, but these things are such invasive trees that now you can see them growing into the woods. If you drive around the Black Horse Pike, if you go down the causeways. And this is what we're trying to talk about and educate, that by planting these trees like the Bradford pears and the crepe myrtles, it's eventually causing a problem in the sense that if we removed them all now, we would just about deforest our whole town, and not just us, Summers Point, Egg Harbor Township, Northfield, everywhere. So this is the sort of thing that we'd like to bring attention to. So we'd like to consider that. When it comes to, like Edward, the streetscape that you're going to do, we'd like to have a little input on that if we can. Sure. You know, because putting down the right grids and trying not to do these volcano mulches that we're seeing all the time. So I guess that's about it. Thanks for your attention.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it.
Wait, you were already up?
I was up for it's a different meeting. We did the Pledge of Allegiance twice. Sherry Lilienfeld, 7809 Wellington Avenue. March 7th, you adopted Resolution 74-2024, which was the microplastics contractor contaminant containment resolution, and I greatly appreciate all the work you've been doing. Definitely see an improvement. And the March 7th meeting, I specifically asked you what the plan is. And you said we would like to do an ordinance, but we want to get it right. But we started with the resolution in the springtime, which was great. So my question is, who is spearheading this ordinance? Because Clean Ocean Action has reached out to multiple people. I'm not going to say any names, but nobody gets back to them. So is there a team who's spearheading this? Who is going to work on this ordinance, and what is the plan for adopting an ordinance?
I can, speak for myself. I think our resolution and working with Jimmy and Anthony Edge as far as educating is, our course of action at this time, and we're going to, see how that goes through, get some feedback. We've had positive feedback. I've gotten good reports from both Anthony and Jimmy regarding the contractors abiding by these rules and following through with our requests. And, at this point, there's no defined time. There's no, we're going to have an ordinance passed in a month. We feel comfortable with the resolution as is.
Okay, because that's not what was explained to me on March 7th. And that's fine. I mean, honestly, I just want to see the effect. And if it's having the effect of the contractors maintaining clean work sites and not polluting and cleaning up every day. And like I said, I definitely noticed a great improvement. I know some people have been sending Jim emails, and he goes right out there and talks to them. And I'm just curious, what has been the feedback from the contractors, Jim, like when you tell them what they need to do? That's good. Okay. So right now, my understanding is we have the resolution. As long as it has the correct effect, then there's going to be no ordinance. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I believe that would, if we can continue to educate and get a positive response,
Okay.
I think that's the best course of action.
And do you need any assistance from the green team in helping to educate or anything like that? Because again, you know, we offer our services to help educate. I know I've sent a number of emails on really inexpensive items, $129 from Amazon, a thing that they could put over their saws that actually has a vacuum attachment. So any contractor, honestly, that says this is gonna cost us way too much money, I think it actually saves them money. They spend $150 and their work site's clean and they don't have this mess to clean up every day. So, anyway, we're offering our services as well.
Thank you. Yeah, I did meet with Anthony, I believe it was 2 weeks ago, and we kind of established, you know, how his role can help with the education as well, and
Anthony Edge?
yes. So,
Awesome. Yeah.
so he is, you know,
Yep.
direct resource for you guys as well, so.
Yep, he's one of our fearless warriors. Okay,
right.
thank you.
Thanks, Sherry. Do we have any other public comment?
John Pitts, 413 North Huntington Avenue. Noticed some large diameter pipes down by the promenade. Does anybody know what they're for?
They're for the Barbie Coast. They're getting ready to build their structure.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes.
Oh, nice. All right, thanks, Jim.
Thank you, John. Any other public comment? Seeing that there is none, is there a motion to close public comment?
Motion.
Second?
Mayor Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg,
Yes.
Commissioner Horn,
Yes.
All right, we will now open up public comment on resolutions on tonight's agenda. If anyone has any comments on any of the resolutions on the agenda, please step forward to the microphone, state your name and address. Seeing that there is none, is there a motion to close public comment on resolutions?
Motion.
Second?
Mayor Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg,
Yes.
Commissioner Horn.
Yes.
Johanna, would you proceed, please?
May I have a motion for the introduction of ordinance number 5 of 2024, an ordinance creating chapter 214.1, privately owned salt storage?
Motion.
Second?
Mayor Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg,
Yes.
Commissioner Horn.
Yes.
May I have a motion for the introduction of ordinance number 6 of 2024, an ordinance amending ordinance number 1, 2024, fixing the salaries and compensation of certain officers and employees of the city of Margate City, Atlantic County, New Jersey.
Motion.
Second?
Mayor Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg,
Yes.
Commissioner Horn.
Yes.
May I have a motion for resolution number 98, 2024, authorizing 2024 municipal budget, City of Margate City, County of Atlantic, State of New Jersey, to be read by title only.
Motion.
Second?
Mayor Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg,
Yes.
Commissioner Horn.
Yes.
At this time, I would like to open for public hearing on 2024 budget. Is there any comments? Seeing that there are none, we will close that. May I have a motion to close public hearing on 2024 municipal budget?
Motion.
Second?
Mayor Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg,
Yes.
Commissioner Horn.
Yes.
May I have a motion for resolution number 99, 2024, adoption of 2024 municipal budget?
Motion.
Second?
Mayor Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg,
Yes.
Commissioner Horn.
Yes.
May I have a motion for resolution number 100, 2024, authorizing bill payments of claims?
Motion.
Second?
Mayor Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg,
Yes.
Commissioner Horn.
Yes.
May I have a motion for resolution number 101, 2024, authorizing payment to Colmar Home Center?
Motion.
Second?
Mayor Collins,
I abstain.
Commissioner Blumberg,
Yes.
Commissioner Horn.
Yes.
May I have a motion for resolution number 102, 2024, resolution approving the revised lease agreement between the City of Margate City and the Save Lucy Committee, Inc., replacing the lease agreement dated August 1st, 2019.
Motion.
Second.
Mayor Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg,
Yes.
Commissioner Horn.
Yes.
May I have a motion for the consent agenda, which consists of resolution number 103, 2024, through resolution number 107, 2024.
Motion.
Second.
Mayor Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg,
Yes.
Commissioner Horn.
Yes.
At this time, may I have a motion for resolution number 108, 2024, declaring closed session?
Motion.
Second.
Mayor Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg,
Yes.
Commissioner Horn.
Yes.
At this time, I'd like to ask everyone to leave until closed session is completed.
Go.
We're coming out of closed session. We've discussed this at length. The issue having to do with the compensation regarding an employee. We've come to a resolution at this. We've taken it under advisement, and we're just going to move forward at this time. I think that does it.
All right.
Do we need a motion to close?
We need a motion to come out.
Motion.
I will second.
Mayor Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg,
Yes.
Commissioner Horn.
Yes.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
Mayor Collins.
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg,
Yes.
Commissioner Horn.
Yes.